Okay, good morning world. This is a 1987 Chevrolet R10 pickup. Silverado version. I picked this truck up a couple months ago. I've had it in the shop. This is a pretty amazing truck though for the year. Needs a little bit of work. I'm going to be putting this thing back together. Not sure how many videos I'm going to make of it because I haven't been real good about making videos lately. I put extra locks on the back windows. This was a theft recovery at one time. So I do have the cover for the dome light. It's in the glove box, looks like new. I put these additional little window locks on because that's an easy way to break in. These older trucks, you can also slide a butter knife in here most of the time and open these wing windows. So I put another lock on there. I will be doing a couple other tricks to secure this vehicle from being stolen again. But I just kind of wanted to give a quick walk around. I did put locking lug nuts on the rally wheels just to be safe. The bed's got a little bit of junk in it, but there is not a dent in the bed or the inside walls of this bed at all. I believe it did have a bed liner in it, probably for most of its life that saved that, but thankfully it did. I'm sure I'll be putting new chrome strips on here after I paint it, but just wanted to go around and give a quick walk around video in case you're interested, and if you're not, it'll serve as a reminder for me when I get it done and I can go back and see all the changes that I've made to it. So far, let's see here. So far what I've done is I replaced the heater core, and that turned out to be a lot more of a challenge than I anticipated, but I got it done. Put a brand new heater core in it. The radiator was leaking, so I put a all aluminum 4-core radiator into it. Here in Texas, I figured the base radiator I could get would be the best one, so that's what I went with. And it required a little bit of modifications. As you can see here, I will be cleaning up a lot of this stuff, but for right now my main goal is to try and get this thing running reliably. I did take it into a shade tree mechanic, and I had him put all new shocks, all new suspension, front springs, all new polyurethane bushings on the suspension. It has all new steering components beyond the pitman arm, but the pitman arm itself was replaced. All of that on the steering has been replaced. Ball joints, tie rods, everything. It has a small exhaust leak right where the pipe connects to the manifolds, which is kind of common on these. It runs really good except when it heats up. Every once in a while it'll start to sputter and it will die, and then when it dies you have to let it set for a minute or so before it restarts. Been doing some YouTube research to find other people that have had that same problem. There could be several issues, and that's what I'm going to conquer today. I have a new temperature sensor. A lot of people say that's one of the problems. A lot of people say this little valve back here on the throttle body is also notoriously gone bad and can cause those same problems. A lot of people say the vacuum lines can do it. I've got a couple sections of vacuum line to replace, but the vacuum lines were all disconnected when I bought the truck. So I'm not sure why that happened, but I'm going to put them all back in how they're supposed to be. I'm working on that currently. Another problem I've heard is this can go bad. So I'm gonna put one of those on and then try it. And if that doesn't work, then I'll probably do the distributor cap and spark plug wires, which I'm going to do anyway, but I'm just kind of doing this in the first few steps. See, I did replace the negative cable so it has a good ground. I did suspect maybe one of the grounds had gone bad. I'm going to be putting a new positive cable on here today. I did replace the heater hoses and both upper and lower radiator hoses, and it has a new water pump on it. What else? I think that's about all that I've done so far. So today I'm going to be doing some of the stuff. Let's see, it was hitting the front end a little bit, and these I replaced, the headlight surrounds, and the square tube grille was painted black. It was just too dark on the front end, so I painted it silver and put it back in for now. I do want to find a factory grille for this thing, and I need to find probably a new fender. Hopefully I can find one in white so I don't have to paint it. And I need to find the 4 chrome pieces that go around the radiator opening. And I believe I can get those new, but I'd like to find a used set if I can, just to save some money. This is going to be my Silverado on a budget project, so it's got really good tires on it. Unfortunately, it has 4 different tires, but they are all the same size, and at least they are black wall out. But I do need to find either some different wheels and tires or just some different tires. These things have such big fender wells on them that I'd really like to step it up to like an 18-inch wheel, and then a little bit bigger tire, like a 31 or 32-inch overall diameter tire. But I'll keep you updated on that. The other amazing thing about this truck is there is no rust. No rust in the bottom fender, no rust in the doors, no rust in the bottom of the cab, no rust on the bed. Very little rust on the underside. Oh yeah, rebuilt the rear end. Put 411 posi in it. I might have gone a little too low, but 411 posi is what I wanted, so that's what I got. And we did new U-joints and a new carrier bearing. But look at the bottom side of this fender well. Man, this thing is clean. This truck came from Austin, Texas. The odometer reads 54,000 miles. And I'm not sure, it could be 154,000, but I've had several people look at this truck and tell me there's no way this is 154,000 for this age. So it might very well be 54,000 original miles. I don't honestly know. No way to tell for sure, I guess. The odometers only went to 99,999, then they rolled over again. But it is really clean. Just starting to get a little bit of pits, a little bit of surface rust. That'll all be taken care of here in the next month or so, a couple months. I also have the driver's side window doesn't roll down real well. It catches. So I did buy a new regulator and motor. I'll be replacing that. The door locks work. Has every option, I believe, from 87. It's got this dash cover on here. I put this on because the Texas sun destroyed the factory cover like it does here in Texas. And it does not have the factory tack, which I kind of wish it did. I do have a new blower motor for it I'll be putting in. And I have a new fuel selector switch and a new valve to go under the truck. And I'll be putting a new stereo in here. Nothing radical, super simple, and on a budget. And of course I got to figure out what I'm going to do with the door handles. One of the previous owners, or the previous owner I guess it is, put those on there. Those things break typically. Breaks my heart to see that they put screws in there. But yes, you know, at the pickup 20 years ago, even 10 years ago, that's all it was going to be, was a pickup. So it wasn't like anybody cared. But now that I have it, I want it to be a lot nicer. Anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. One thing I did have to do also, I forgot till just now, is said it was a theft recovery. They had busted the steering wheel, the factory steering wheel. So I had to get a different steering wheel change out the ignition lock, put it all back together and put it back in. And I think that's all I got for now. Anyway, I'll get started on this. Y'all have a great day, and I'll try and be more regular on these videos and updates. Thank y'all. Have a great day, and wishing you all a very happy new year.